Hey friends! If you have limited mobility or low vision that keeps you from doing the things that you want to do, well, keep watching and we'll show you how it's possible to get out of the house and enjoy Devil's Tower. If you're here for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here.
After living most of my life with normal vision, I became legally blind in my mid-50s. That, along with being just a little bit out of shape, has made some things challenging.
Despite these challenges, we still want to get out of the house and explore this world, just a little bit differently.
Come join us on today's adventure, and please stay tuned till the very end where you'll get our rating. Remember, we've done the legwork so you don't have to.
There it is, Devil's Tower, a national monument in the state of Wyoming. It's just a 2-hour drive from Mount Rushmore in the Black Hills area. We visited a couple times and we wanted to share our experience with you. You can see this unique feature from miles away, and it's just amazing to see as you get closer and closer. And even as you turn down the road to head toward the entrance, there's a neighboring farm with horses and longhorn cattle. Just amazing views. Once you're in the park, you drive up a winding road to the base of the tower. There is a 1.3-mile trail around the base of Devil's Tower that we did find to be moderately difficult. The walk up to the trail was fairly steep, but once you get there, there are plenty of rocks to sit on and rest. And some great photo ops. The trail is a combination of easy and flat, narrow and curvy, and there are some slopes and hills. There are some areas that if you were to veer off the trail at all, you could find yourself rolling down a steep hill. Thankfully, that didn't happen to us. Of course, those are also the portions of the trail that had the most beautiful views. Now we walked and we rested and we took a lot of photos, and at one point we got up close and personal with a deer. We found that there are plenty of large rocks to sit on if needed, and from time to time we did need to. In the end, we took our time and we made it around the base in about an hour. I did want to mention on a side note that they do have public restrooms there, but the ones we found were down one level using an outside flight of concrete stairs. Now, the second time we went to Devil's Tower, we drove up to the base and we took some photos, but we did not end up walking the trail. We found this to be just as enjoyable because the views are so beautiful. On the way out of the park, there's a prairie dog colony and a place to pull off the road and watch them. They are so cute and so much fun to watch.
We like to rate every place we visit on a scale of 1 to 10 based on the following 3 factors: accessibility, interest, and overall experience.
I personally would rate Devil's Tower a little bit lower on accessibility because if you're not able to walk that 1.3 miles around the base, it would be a little bit difficult, as well as some tricky spots that you may not be able to see. The trail is a bit narrow. I would rate it very high on interest because it's just so unique, and as well as overall experience. Like I said, the second time we just went to the base and we still had a marvelous time. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. We love Devil's Tower.
And I would rate Devil's Tower a 7 out of 10, and I'll explain why. For me, the lower score is due to accessibility. As someone who is blind, I found it a bit challenging the first time we were there because there was construction that required me to walk around some rocks and some plastic netting to get to the trail. The trail up is sloped. It's a gentle slope, so it's not too bad, but it is a pretty good hike if you're carrying a few extra pounds and out of shape a bit. And then walking around the trail was not too bad. There are a little bit of rocks that you need to be careful of. And remember, the first time we were there, I was just going through my blindness and not yet working with a white cane. So I think it would be a little bit better for me now, but I found the overall accessibility piece to be a 7. Another part that was difficult for me is the restroom that we found in the parking lot was on a lower level and it required navigating some stairs and going around a building. However, the experience was amazing. There's nothing quite like seeing Devil's Tower in person, and it really cannot be described. And finally, the overall experience, when you count the drive in, the drive out with the wonderful prairie dogs and just the beauty of nature that you're in, it's certainly a 10 out of 10 for me there. But overall, I would give it a 7 for my final rating.
So wait, honey, does that equal a 7.5 overall?
8 and 7 divided by 2, 7.5.
And we would say, after listening to our experience, if you don't think you could do the 1.3 miles around the base, just grab a picnic, sit at the base of Devil's Tower, take some pictures, and you'll have a fantastic time.
And thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. We hope you'll see us in future adventures. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please drop them in the comments section below. And if you're so inclined, please hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.